Fast, focused, and fearless. Here's everything you need to know this rush hour of November 22. I'm Riza Diaz. Starting off today's rush with ICAD chairpersons Vice President Leni Robredo and PIDEA Chief Aaron Aquino, who visited Bahay Pagbabago in Bataan in time for the anniversary of the Reformation Center. No comment though from both of them regarding issues surrounding the agency. And Jen Kalimon has the report.
Darwin Balanditan was only 15 years old when he got addicted to illegal drugs.
Naisipan ko na mag-push alang trabaho.
5 years after being a drug dependent, Darwin joined Bahay Pagbabago, a community-based reformation center.
Natunugan ko na ganun nga, sinabi sa akin, mayroong nagtip sa akin na huliin ako. Umalis ako ng Bataan, umuwi ako ng Tarlac. Nakapag-decide ako na pag-uwi ko ng Bataan, diretso ako sa Bahay Pagbabago. Para nga magbagong buhay na.
Dolphy Quizon Jr., son of late comedy king Dolphy, also gave his testimony. Dolphy Jr. was detained for 18 years after being convicted of arson with multiple homicide. His life has made a 180-degree turn. He is now a pastor.
Ako umiyak kay Lord, Lord, sabi ko patawad po kung nawalan ako ng paniniwala sa inyo, pero hindi ko na po kaya, Lord. Tulungan mo po ako, maawa na, alisin niyo na po ako sa bisyo na ito.
These stories of hope and second chances color the 3rd anniversary of Bahay Pagbabago in Bataan. The new co-chair of the Interagency Committee on Anti-Illegal Drugs or ICAD, Vice President Leni Robredo, graced the event. She said, prevention must be prioritized.
Pag-upo ko pa lang sinasabi ko na ng aking paniniwala, ang kalaban natin droga, hindi tao. Dahil droga yung ating kalaban, laban natin ito lahat.
Her co-chair, PIDEA Director General Aaron Aquino, also vowed to continue PIDEA's fight against drugs. He also updated that 1,000 kilo of shabu has been seized in the first 8 months of the year.
We are continuously corroborating, partnering with our international counterparts. Marami pa tayong huli po para natin maihinto yung main source.
But when asked about the issues surrounding their agency, the two ICAD chairpersons refused to give any statement. Reporting for News 5, Jen Kalimon, we are One News.
Here are some of the day's biggest stories. The Agriculture Department received the marching orders from the President to buy all rice produced by local farmers. In a speech in Taguig yesterday, President Duterte reiterated that the government should not worry about losing billions of pesos in the interest of its farmers. The chief executive explained that on top of losing government money, this might result in an overstock of rice in the government's warehouses. But Duterte says he sees no problem with that. He even called on House Speaker Alan Cayetano for a peculiar order.
Wala akong pera. Bahala na si Cayetano dyan. Mag-imprinta sila ng kwarta. Speaker sila. Gumawa sila ng papel dyan. Wala. Yan ang malasakit. Kung mas mahal yung kanilang presyo, binili ni Dar. Di nalugi. Nalugi ang gobyerno kasi bumili ng mahal. So, lugi tayo. Magkano? Siguro mga 2 billion. Oh, di lugi. Sinong nalugi? Sila. Pera man nila yung binili ng gas nila. Kayo, ako, tayong Pilipino. Pero ang mga producers, napaligaya natin at nagpalugi dahil.
The chief executive went on to defend the controversial 50 million peso SEA Games cauldron. He insisted there's no corruption in commissioning a national artist and agreeing to put a price on its creation. Duterte adds, no one can estimate losses incurred from a product of the mind. The symbolic cauldron was designed by the late national artist for architecture, Francisco Manyosa. Recall that Senate Minority Leader Frank Drilon was among the first to call out the pricey cauldron, which has already been tagged by other lawmakers as excessive and imildific. This criticism did not sit well with Duterte.
Alam mo mga politiko na sige lang, ano ba tawag sa saway sa amin sa Bisaya. Sige lang reklamo. Ganun pag may makita. Wala na magawa ang hindi niya titignan yung mukha niya. Tingnan mo sa lamin yung mukha, kung magkano. Yan, sige, daldal, para may issue lang.
As his term winds down, President Duterte said it is inevitable for him to leave some government projects unfinished. With 2 years left in his term, this administration's bid for a golden age of infrastructure might have to be picked up by the next president. Even the construction of big-ticket flagship projects under the ambitious Build, Build, Build program are likely to outlast Duterte's presidency. Now, the chief executive is already preempting the criticisms this would get from his successors. But he says they can accuse him of anything except being corrupt.
2 years na lang. Anong magagawa ko sa 2 years? Mag-iiwan ako ng mga projects na hindi talaga matapos. Mag-alis ako, puro na umpisan. Sabihin ng mga tao, sabihin ng mga kalaban mo, o tingnan mo Duterte, umalis. Tingnan mo yung mga projects iniwan. O yung pera, siguro yung pera, dinala na. Ang pinakaayaw ko, you can accuse me of anything except corruption.
So in that same speech, Duterte referred to himself, Senator Bongo, and House Speaker Alan Peter Cayetano as the brightest stars of current Philippine politics. However, Duterte immediately acknowledged that their so-called shine will not last forever.
Kagaya ko, Senator, Congresswoman, si Senator Bong, Speaker, we are the brightest stars today, magtingin ka sa political na langit. At makikita mo kami shining. In about 2 years' time, that light would dim and I would be nothing. Ganon ang buhay.
President Duterte defended his order to ban the use of vape products in public and to arrest anyone violating that rule. The PNP sees no reason, though, to challenge that order. Here's the report.
Days after placing a moratorium on the use and importation of vape products, President Duterte went on to defend his order, saying that same as cigarettes, vapes and e-cigarettes still contain nicotine. Duterte says, in any case, he would not risk the health of Filipinos.
Ngayon, bawal manigarilyo. May batas na yan. Ang hinahabol ko ang nicotine. Sabi la, anong bibing, anong illegal? Nicotine yan. Tapos may chemicals dyan na hindi ko alam kung ano.
However, in his speech during the launch of Taguig City Center for the Elderly, Duterte said he cannot order a ban on cigarettes.
Why cannot we ban cigarettes? Why? Because we allow its manufacture and maybe the importation of tobacco. We allow it, pinapayagan natin, tapos we tax them. So yung produce nila, yung sigarilyo na lumalabas sa factory, hindi natin mapigilan.
Without an actual executive order, legal analyst Edward Chico says arresting vapers could be considered a warrantless arrest, which is a clear violation of human rights.
In this particular case, no crime is being violated. So ang nangyayari, the PNP is flirting with legal disaster, so to speak.
But PNP officer in charge Archie Gamboa believes there is nothing wrong with them carrying out arrest. His basis, a 2017 executive order on the ban of smoking in public places. The EO stated that public health will be given a priority by the state. Gamboa explains that this time around, the president had widened the scope of the order by including vaping.
Kaya nga sabi ko, pwedeng i-implement agad. No, because it's an expansion of the definition of smoking. Now it's been defined no less than by the chief executive.
But Gamboa, who is also a lawyer, says the PNP cannot impose any punishment on individuals caught vaping in public until the president releases another EO clearly stating it. Right now, what the police can do is to have them apprehended, enter the incident in a blotter, and have their vape devices confiscated. Afterwards, they will be released.
We can arrest, yes, but we cannot punish. Arrest is not punishment.
Gamboa adds that all PNP camps and offices are likewise no smoking and no vaping zones. He passes on the challenge to the public to abide by the president's new order against public vaping or otherwise face arrest. For News 5, Jenny Dongon, We Are One News.
After President Duterte's order, the House Ways and Means Committee is now looking to impose even higher excise tax rates on vape and heated tobacco products. Business World reports that the panel is considering imposing a higher rate than the 25 to 45 peso per milliliter charge, noting that most of the 1 million vape-using population belong to the upper middle to high-income class. This one from the Philippine Star. Former ARMM Governor Zaldi Ampatuan remains in the hospital weeks before the release of the verdict on the 10-year-old Maguindanao massacre. Zaldi is still confined at the Makati Medical Center where he was rushed last month due to his heart ailment. Now, Quezon City jail officials says he is still undergoing physical and occupational therapy in the regular hospital room. And K-pop boy group BTS isn't spared from undergoing compulsory military training in South Korea. Filipino Star Ngayon reports that army fans have caused quite a stir over the group's impending absence for training. So much so that some even started an online debate on whether or not BTS should be exempted from the mandatory military training, which usually lasts 18 months to 2 years. Severe tropical storm Sara has weakened overnight and is now moving towards Japan. To tell us more on this, we have on the line with us weather forecaster Raymond Ordinario live from the Pag-asa Weather Forecasting Center. Raymond, good morning.
Yes, good morning, Risa.
Raymond, with Sara now out of the Philippine area of responsibility, are we still expecting any rain today?
So right now, Sara is moving towards the southern Japan area, or we're expected it to exit the Philippine area of responsibility either tonight or tomorrow. It does not have any effect on any parts of the country, which means that the entire country we're going to have a generally fair weather the entire day, except from some isolated light rains over the Cagayan Valley, Cordillera, and Ilocos region. And here in Metro Manila and the rest of the country, we're going to expect isolated rain showers due to localized thunderstorms.
Raymond, are there other weather disturbances?
As of now, in the coming 3 days, we're not expecting any any weather disturbance that may enter or affect the Philippine area of responsibility. However, based on our forecast model, we're still expecting some more cyclone that might enter the Philippine area of responsibility by Wednesday or by Thursday or Friday next week.
How about gale warnings?
So as of now, because of the surge of our northeast monsoon and some still high winds due to this tropical storm, severe tropical storm Sara, there's a gale warning raised over the northern Luzon area, which includes the Batanes, Cagayan, Babuyan Islands, and including the Ilocos provinces and Isabela. That's mean we're still reminding our fisher folks and those who have small sea crafts not to venture out of those seas because we're still expecting some more around 5 meters of wave height.
All right, thank you. That was Pag-asa weather forecaster Raymond Ordinario. Fast break now, the Sports Rush. The Philippine Coast Guard will be deploying K-9 teams to the venues of this year's Southeast Asian Games. A send-off ceremony was held last Monday for the Sniffing dogs, which will be part of the security contingent in competition venues such as in Batangas, Subic, La Union, and Manila. Now, these good dogs will ensure the safety and security of the delegates and athletes of the upcoming 30th Southeast Asian Games, which will run from November 30 to December 1. And the operator of NLEX and SETEX promised smooth traffic flow at the toll roads ahead of the SEA Games. NLEX Corporation, a unit of Metro Pacific, said it is anticipating a surge in vehicle volume during the event. The SEA Games opening ceremony will be held at the Philippine Arena, which is along NLEX in Bukawi, Bulacan.
Powered by Smart.
And that's how today is shaping up to be. Join us again next time for another round of Rush. I'm Riza Diaz. We are One News.